Welcome back to the VybeShift Podcast. I'm grateful you're here. Today we're beginning a brand new weekly core problem exploration. And the question we're exploring is one that almost everyone has experienced at some point. Why does my mind keep running? Why does it feel like the thinking never fully stops? Why does the mind keep replaying conversations, predicting outcomes, worrying about tomorrow, or searching for something to fix? For many people, this becomes exhausting, and over time they begin believing something is wrong with them. But today, I want to offer you another possibility. Maybe your mind is not broken. Maybe your system has simply built momentum, and understanding that changes everything. Part 1. The mind was built to move. One of the most important things we can realize is this. The mind was never designed to stay still all the time. It was designed to scan, to compare, to predict, to protect, to search for patterns, to anticipate danger, and to solve problems. In many ways, the mind is constantly trying to help us survive. The challenge is that survival momentum does not simply shut off because we want peace, especially in the modern world. We are constantly consuming information, notifications, opinions, stress, pressure, expectations, fear-based media, internal comparisons. The nervous system absorbs all of this. And eventually, the mind keeps moving because it has learned momentum equals protection. Not because you're failing, not because you're weak, but because the system has developed momentum. Part 2. Mental momentum. Most people think every thought means something important, but many thoughts are simply momentum. That is an enormous distinction. Think about a ceiling fan after the switch has been turned off. The power may be disconnected, but the blades continue spinning for a while because momentum is still present. The mind often works the same way. A stressful season ends, but the mind keeps scanning. A difficult conversation is over, but the mind keeps replaying it. The external event may have passed, but the internal momentum continues moving. And when people do not understand this, they often become afraid of their own thinking. Then they start fighting these thoughts, resisting them, judging themselves for having them, trying to force the mind to be quiet. But resistance often creates even more momentum. Part 3. Awareness changes the relationship. One of the biggest shifts we can make is learning the difference between having thoughts and becoming the thoughts. Awareness creates space. Instead of I am anxious, we begin noticing anxiety is moving through my system right now. Instead of my life is falling apart, we begin noticing my mind is producing catastrophic predictions. That small shift changes the entire relationship because awareness allows observation, and observation interrupts unconscious identification. You begin realizing, I do not have to believe every thought simply because it appeared. That realization alone can begin softening enormous amounts of suffering. Part 4. You are not failing. I think many people secretly believe if I were truly grounded, my mind would always be peaceful. But that isn't realistic. Even deeply grounded people experience mental movement. The difference is not the absence of thoughts. The difference is the relationship to the thoughts. Do we instantly become pulled into every fear, every prediction, every emotional spiral? Or can we slowly begin observing the movement without becoming consumed by it? That is awareness. That is the beginning of inner steadiness. And it starts with normalization. Because so many people are silently struggling with the exact experience while believing they're alone. You are not alone. And you are not broken. Your system is simply learned momentum. Part 5, One Small Step. So today I want to offer you one small practice, not to stop your mind, not to force silence, just to observe. At some point today, pause and simply ask yourself, what has my mind been repeatedly returning to today? Not to judge it, not to fix it, just to notice it. Awareness itself begins changing the relationship because what we observe consciously, we slowly stop unconsciously becoming. And often beneath the mental noise is simply a nervous system searching for safety. Thank you for spending this time with me today. And remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is awareness. Because awareness creates space, and space changes everything. And if today's episode resonated with you, please follow the link to the Vibrational Stage podcast, where we're going to explore the same core problem from an even deeper perspective. We'll look at why the mind clings to fear, the hidden exhaustion of constant internal scanning, emotional survival systems, and how we begin rebuilding trust within ourselves again. Please follow the link to the Vibrational Stage podcast. I'll meet you there.